So here in this video, we're going to have a look at how we create a graphing question with the Poodle tool. So we're going to jump into our quiz here and then come up to the questions tab where we can add new questions. And then we are going to come down to the bottom right here where we can click add and add a new question. So once we're in here, we are going to scroll down to the Poodle recording tool and we're going to click add. And this question is going to be about the number of apples sold. And then we'll pop in our question text here. So we have the number of apples sold by day, which is going to be our graph to plot. We'll scroll down, we can leave the general feedback empty and the ID number empty. And essentially what we're going to do is we are going to choose the whiteboard response. So in here, this means that students will be able to draw on top of an image. So we can click here to add an image. And we're going to choose this blank graph and upload the file. Once our file has uploaded, then we want to make sure that we know the resolution of that. So if we click on our image, you can see our dimensions are 800 by 600. And we want to match that to the whiteboard size so that we're drawing on the whole image. So we'll select 800 by 600 at the bottom here, the width and the height. And then we can hit Save Changes. And now we can come across to the right here and preview this question. So essentially what is going to happen here is we're going to get our graph, just stretch this all the way out, and we have our question text, so the number of apples sold each day. We can use the pencil tool here. We're going to change the stroke color to red. Essentially here we can draw on our graph or mark points on our graph. So we'll just undo those two steps. First thing we're going to do is add the X and Y axis here. So I'm going to grab the type tool, and we have Monday to Sunday to pop in here. So we'll start on Monday, and we'll just use these four corners to position the M there, and then we'll go a few along, click again, you can type in a T for Tuesday. We can't rotate the text here, so that's why I'm keeping these nice and short. Come along here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we just abbreviated the days of the week to the first letter of those days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we will pop in some increments on the left-hand side on the y-axis. So we'll use the same type tool. So we'll have 0 at the bottom, and then we'll just count up in increments of 5. So obviously with this, you could provide a pre-populated graph with the X and Y axis, depends on the question, obviously. Then we're going to grab our pencil tool, and we will draw on some dots for the different days of the week. So Monday we have 10 apples, Tuesday over here we have 8 apples, and so on and so forth. And if we make a mistake or draw a strange line here, we can always use the undo button here and come back a step or two. We'll keep going and completing these. So now we've popped in all of our apples, and we can keep moving with this. So we're going to grab the polygon tool, and before we use this, we're just going to set the stroke to a different color. We'll set the fill to 0 alpha, so that means we won't have any fill for this. And then we can just click with this from dot to dot to create that graph. So we plotted the points of our graph, and then we come to the end. If we double click, it will finish that off. And then we could also use the line tool if we wanted to draw a line along the graph as well. So we'll select a different color for this, just so it's clear. So we'll come from around about here, click and hold, and drag that line out along the central point of this graph. So some good tools here within the Poodle question type to create these types of graphing or other image questions where you want to be able to draw on top of those images. So we'll hit save and submit and finish. And so now you can see we have that rather large image, we have our graph, we've hopefully got the question right, and now we can go ahead and grade that. So that's how to create a graphing question within Moodle using the Poodle recording tool. Hope this is useful. If you do have any questions, then please leave them in the comments below.